Welcome to 17 Strong. Victories don't come by accident. Here's your host, Steve Teixeira.
Okay, thank you, Andy. And Steve is not with us today, but instead, I have one of our Victory Trip recipients, and this is Brooke Parker.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for being with us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and we also have our guest today, which is Stephanie DeMarco. Is that, did I say?
DeMartino.
DeMartino. All right, perfect. She's from New York, so she is we're going to get to know her a little bit more. But first of all, I would like to have Brooke, tell us about how you met Stephanie, and then she actually put Stephanie and I together. So I'd like to hear the story.
So it's a fun story, I think, because I was on TikTok and there was somebody promoting her I Kick Cancer charity account. And so I got curious and I went over to Instagram and looked at her content and messaged her, and we became instant social media friends. And then it kicked it off, and she had a lot of questions for me. I had a lot of questions for her, and it led back to give Holly a call.
Right. Give Holly a call. Yeah. So I kind of got that same thing of Brooke calling me, telling me, hey, you have to know more about Stephanie. And so I was really excited. I know I was at a whole bunch of questions. So, but basically, well, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to have you. And I want to hear more about everything, or have our listeners know more about you. So basically, tell me the journey on how this all got started.
So it actually goes back to 2017. I don't really go on Facebook, but one day I went on Facebook and was scrolling, and someone reposted a GoFundMe page. And it was the story of a 25-year-old girl. Her name was Carissa. She was battling a rare form of ovarian cancer. So it just completely touched me. And I donated probably about $100, and I just felt obligated to add her on Facebook. So I added her, ended up messaging her saying, hey, saw your story. It really touched me. Just want to let you know if you ever need anything or want to talk, I'm always here. Like, you don't know me, but I just want to let you know that I'm here for you to support you through this journey. And ever since then, her and I just clicked, and we wound up exchanging phone numbers. We spoke almost every day during the first few months of her battling cancer. But then she wound up beating it. So after she beat it in 2017, we kind of drifted a little bit.
Sure.
So fast forward to 2019, I went back on Facebook and I saw that her cancer was back.
Oh.
So this time it was in her right ovary. It was in her lung. It was in her brain. It was in her back. It was everywhere. I was devastated. So I reached out. I said, Carissa, just saw the post. I am so sorry. Ever since then, that day, we spoke every single day. I wound up getting over $1,000 in donations for her, sent her Christmas baskets, birthday baskets. She would come to me when she was at her lowest point. She didn't have a great family life, so we never met, but she would text me saying, Steph, I'm really going through it today. I need you. Talk to me down. And she would just call me her guardian angel. And we had some bonds. We never even spoke on the phone. We never FaceTimed. We just texted.
Oh.
And that went on for about 7 months. She would check in on me. I would check in on her. And then unfortunately, July 23rd of 2020, she lost her battle. And I didn't find out about her passing until 3 days after she passed, because I haven't been on Facebook. So I went on Facebook randomly. I saw it went on her page. Everyone was posting rest in peace. And it was from 3 days ago. And I just broke down.
Oh, yeah.
I cried my eyes out all night long. But when I tell you, I went to sleep that night and I had a dream that I was standing under an overpass of a river. And I looked up and she was standing at the top of the bridge. And she looks down, she points at me and she goes, I love you. And then I woke up.
Oh.
And it just
gives me goosebumps.
Ever since that day, I promised Carissa, I'm going to continue what I'm doing, because I made such a huge impact on her life. She made such a huge impact on mine.
Sure.
So I want to continue to do that for her. So throughout the past year, I would here and there find a young adult. I usually focus on young adults
Mhm.
because I'm a young adult
Yeah.
and I can't even imagine going through that. And so I would here and there reach out to a young adult, send them a donation, let them know, like, send encouraging words. But June 2nd, I said, you know what? I'm making my own charity. Where do I start? How do I begin this? So that's when it was 3 a.m. I'm at my parents' house in Jersey, and I was like, I'm making an Instagram. Made it. The next day, I wound up having like 30 followers with probably all my friends. And I was just posting a couple things that I've always wanted to do this. And then ever since then, this has been going so amazing. I've transformed it in so many different ways. It started off as I Can Cancer Charity, but then I wound up calling it I Kick Cancer Charity.
I Kick Cancer Charity. Yes.
So the whole point of this organization is I'm personally donating once a week to my Warrior of the Week. I'm posting their story. I'm sending encouraging words. I check on them daily or weekly. Every single one of my warriors I speak to weekly. I learned that just sharing their story on my page and sending some encouraging words completely makes their entire day. They feel like they're a part of something through this tough time. It's kind of like a family.
Yes.
My warriors are reaching out to each other.
Isn't that so amazing?
It is so amazing. And I've never been, this is the happiest I've ever been in my life ever since I started this charity, because I've met so many incredible people like Brooke.
Yes.
And you, Holly.
Yes.
And Steph is amazing. My warrior, Gabby Papapietro, I love her. So many people from Staten Island. I've met this girl, Gabby, that I posted 2 days ago. Her story, she's on Staten Island. She's 27, battling lymphoma. She has an entire army that went on my page and started following me and reposting me. And we're trying to put together an actual fundraiser for her. And then also I became partners with the Hairline Wrench, and it's ran by this guy, Sal Costa, and his girlfriend, Sam.
Okay.
They are incredible. They run a company called Hairline Wrench. It's called SMP Procedure. So what they do is they have, it's like a tattoo procedure that if you have permanent hair loss, it gives the illusion of having a full head of hair. So if you have like strands, they do this procedure that actually makes you look like you have a full head of hair. So it's actually pretty cool because they have been hands-on with me every single day. We're going to make this big. We're going to help everyone as much as we can, just out of the goodness of their heart.
Oh, wow.
Never met.
Yeah.
So they're donating free procedures to any of my warriors that have permanent hair damage.
Oh my goodness.
We already have one girl that is blown away that we're giving her a free procedure because it's an expensive procedure.
Wow.
I'm just so
overwhelmed. Yes.
Amazingness by Sam and Sal, my warriors. Gabby, shout out to Gabby, shout out to Elle, shout out to other Gabby.
Oh, yeah.
Alana coming up, Jenna.
I love this.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Now, do you think that Carissa, was it Carissa that the very first one, do you think that you put yourself in her, like that could be me, or did you put yourself into her position and that's why it touched your life so much?
Yeah, I am. People who know me know I'm a hypochondriac.
Oh
yeah, pretty bad.
Don't use the internet.
I know.
Don't Google it.
I know, but yeah, so I always put myself in their shoes. Okay. And ever since I met Carissa, it taught me never take any day for granted. Enjoy it every day, because tomorrow's not promised for anyone. This can happen to anyone at any time, and people my age think they're invincible.
That's right.
My page raises awareness for people my age to realize, oh, wow, it happened to her. It happened to you. Absolutely. Go to the doctor. My friends don't go get blood work. I get blood work every year.
Yes, exactly. Be proactive. Exactly. Yeah. But also you said it earlier when you said that you just get just encouraging words and lifting them up. And it just means so much to them during this horrible, difficult time that they have been through. And I know Brooke was one of your Warriors of the Week, and she's been our Victory Trip recipient and has done tons for 17 Strong. So, so you tell us what those encouraging words do in your heart. Like, how does that make you feel when you get that?
It's nice to know that just somebody is thinking about you. Steph and I have been working with my other friend, Stephanie,
Yes.
who has come out of remission with her leukemia.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, for example, she's 6 weeks stuck at Stanford, and she can get some visiting hours from her husband as long as he continues to test negative. But other than that, she has a window that overlooks a courtyard or somewhere else that she can't see a friend, even if we wanted to be outside and wave to her. So her only connection is to receive messages or text or Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, because you're so isolated.
But
you
you're
are isolated.
completely isolated. And even if, like for me, I had cancer in 2019 and treatment. So, but even then, you can't just leave and go places and do things and have people over. It's the same. So whether it's a card in the mail or it's a message, however you get a message, it's like just, it's nice to know that everyone's thinking of you.
Yeah.
I had somebody, a high school friend, her mother-in-law from the East Coast sent me a card when I was sick, and it was like, she doesn't even know me.
Right.
And I hadn't seen my friend from high school in 20-ish years.
20-ish, we'll say. Yes.
But it's just for kindness goes a long way. Love, kindness, choosing joy.
Choosing joy. That's my thing.
That's
choosing
Holly's
joy.
thing.
Yes. Yeah. Because sometimes you don't feel joyful. You don't feel like I want to get up and do whatever it is, but you choose it, and it is a choice. So, but I also love the kind of the motto that Ryan lived by was attitude is everything. And that was one of the things that I was going to share with Stephanie. I don't know if you knew that, but he lived by this every day. And it could have meant so many things in his world, he was a baseball player, and, if the umpire was, not calling good calls, it was attitude is everything. Is what is when somebody's not looking, is my attitude going to be positive or negative? Like how you have the choice to choose that. And that's what I want to say. What does attitude is everything mean to you, Stephanie? Because you are now refocusing your purpose really and what you like to do.
Mm-hmm. I relate to Ryan because I was a college athlete. I got a college scholarship to play softball in a post university in Connecticut. So I relate to him. But attitude is everything, because every day, if you approach something with a bad attitude or negative energy, it's your day is going to be crap.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be that way.
It's just, and I just hate negative people. I tried to get all the negative people out of my life, especially since I started this. I just started removing negative people from my life. Just having a good attitude every day, and then try to bring that amongst others. It makes your day better. It makes their day better. And
exactly.
I wish everyone could think like that.
Right. Me too. I totally get that. But also one of the things that you had said early on too is that you think of these warriors as family. And that's exactly how we take that very serious. And everybody that is a Victory Trip recipient is part of our 17 Strong family. And there's something to be said about that, because you reach out, because like you said, every day's a gift. You are not promised tomorrow. You're not promised the next Christmas, but to live that day to the fullest. And I don't feel like me and Stephanie, we are, we never had cancer, but you did. And to put your whole life in perspective, I'm sure that you think of it different now. Yeah.
100%. I started something recently with my friend Julie. I wanted to get in shape, but not just like going to the gym and like some, routine. And so we started running, and I learned real quick that to run, you have to have you got to kind of learn it and roll with it. And so to have a partner and someone to do it with is great. But I went from when I'm running, it's like I'm thinking, okay, 2 years ago, my goal was to walk to the mailbox.
Yes.
That's it. And I was thankful for those days. And now I'm running 5 miles and my goal is to do it in less than an hour. And it's like, we're at 72 minutes and it's like,
Wow.
it feels pretty gosh darn good when I'm
Yeah.
done, or when I'm feeling like, oh, like
I
I
can't
can't do it. And
Mhm.
then I remember like, hey, don't forget,
Don't forget.
you were only walking to the mailbox two years ago.
That's right. That's
Wow.
right. Yeah, that's so powerful. That is super
Really is.
powerful to hear that, those are accomplishments that, your body's been through so much, so many things, and yet you're running 5 miles. That's so impressive. Like, I don't even know that I could run to the mailbox at this point. But I get it. I get it. I love that, though. I love that you're trying to better yourself. You're trying to make those, personal goals. I think that's super important. But okay, so one of the things I'd like to talk to Stephanie about is maybe how do you find these warriors? How I want to hear more about that because we are always looking for Victory Trip recipients, and that's one way I thought that we can connect and figure that out. I'd love to hear your
Absolutely.
secret.
Absolutely. At first, when I first started, I was searching on Instagram hashtags of like fight cancer and all
Gotcha.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Comments on Stand Up to Cancer page and just adding people and saying, hey, just starting this charity. We'll love to send you a little donation, post your story, all that stuff. Now it's to the point where I have people messaging me saying, I want to share my story.
Cool.
I want to share my best friend's story.
Mhm.
I have 6 people just reached out
Waiting.
yesterday to share their story. So I'm lined up for the next month and a half, and I'm sure it's going to keep going.
I love
I know
that.
it's so incredible. And I have so many people for you that I have my friend Gabby who just finished treatment last month.
Yes.
She just got her PET. She's waiting for her PET scan results to make sure she's cancer free. She would be a great recipient.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
love this. Now tell me, so when you look up these hashtags, they're from every different state you can think of, I'm sure.
Everywhere.
Oh my gosh. Anyone from California?
Brooke.
Brooke.
And
That's
then
Actually,
awesome.
Miguel. I think Miguel's from San Diego.
Oh, cool.
The guy on my page. I have Vince from Denver. He's
Awesome.
awesome. Talk to him all the time. I have people in Texas.
Yeah.
I love the fact that mine is all over the world, all
That's
over the country.
Yes, that's Ryan wanted this as big as Make-A-Wish, and so that is our goal to get there. And but it's so fun to see where they're from. We had a phone call from Anchorage, Alaska, and we did have one
Wow.
from New York, although that didn't pan out to a referral, but that's okay. Like we've had Nebraska and I mean just so many different Texas and Florida, and I mean it's just amazing when the word gets out, about what you're doing and how positive it is. And I feel like even though with the 17 strong, we grant victory trips, we basically pick up where Make-A-Wish leaves off, that they still aren't believing it. They don't believe it, until they actually meet me or know that, hey, look at our page. We've done it for several other people. Why wouldn't, you be one of those people,
Yeah.
So it's really cool because they feel like, they just feel so honored, and so,
I can imagine.
yeah.
Your foundation is amazing. It's like they just went through hell.
Yes.
And now they have something to look forward to. And I have a quote on my page that says, someone with cancer just wants something to look forward to. And that's what your foundation is. And that's amazing.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. Ryan would say that anybody that really endured this hell needs something to look forward to. And one of the other things he always said too is, well, he didn't say it all the time, but he said it, is why do bad things happen to good people? And without skipping a beat, he said, because good people can handle bad things. And I'm like, it again,
Wow.
super powerful because, they're just waiting for that, somebody to walk into their room that's not the normal person, or somebody that sends them a message that's not that normal person, your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, and Stephanie comes in and goes, hey, I just want to encourage you. Like, you're going to get through this PET scan. I'm your biggest cheerleader here. I don't know, what some of your encouragement is, but it is powerful, whatever it is, because it just goes a long way.
It really does. I've learned that over the past 3 months. And
Right.
I've touched so many people have touched me, and it's life-changing.
Right. Exactly. Now, for the Warriors of the Week, just explain, like, you aren't raising money for all of those people. You are just kind of trying to get the word out, just awareness to their story. And if somebody feels led to give, I'm sure they probably could give.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
I just sent I personally donate probably between 100 and 200. I tell them, look, it's not a big donation, but I want you to treat yourself to something. Maybe go to dinner with your fiance or
Hmm.
get your nails done, something, just something to make
Pamper
your day a little
yourself.
better
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I post, okay, if anybody wants to donate to, Gabby, here's, DM me and I'll send you her Venmo information. So that happened. Over the past 2 days, Gabby Scalero that I just posted, we've raised over $2,000 for her in 2 days.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
I can't even tell you the amount of DMs I got for her.
That is
She is such an
amazing.
amazing person
I'm looking her
that
up.
everyone sees that. She's so amazing. I know her 3 days and she just blew me away. And I'm so happy that she got so much money so far and that she's so amazing that we're on my first event. It's going to be based around her.
Okay, so tell me her story since she's touched you, and this is like probably the most recent, like 3 days ago. Tell me, is she the one in lymphoma?
She's another Gabby with lymphoma.
Oh,
She got diagnosed June 26th
okay.
and she has non-Hodgkin's lymphoma B cell.
Okay.
So she goes through a lot of chemo. I think she said she was going through like 6 hours a day of chemo. And now she's on a little bit of a break. She went through 5 cycles. She goes back for her next few rounds on October 4th. So she has some time off. The whole story is on my page. There's a lot to read.
There's a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you remember how
But
old she is?
she's 27. She's from Staten Island. She lives 10 minutes from me. So I can't wait to meet her. But then
Oh,
she also connected me. She connected me to this girl, Jenna, who's from Staten Island, 27, has leukemia. Also, this girl, Alana, she's 27, has lymphoma from Staten Island. So they're all messaging each other. They're all getting each other through it. It's just, it's amazing.
that is truly amazing. That is so, I can't wait to hear more about that one because,
Mhm.
but there are certain
Yeah.
ones that, so when they do give you their story, it's usually like through the email or through text message, or do you ever talk to them on the phone or?
I haven't spoken to anyone on the phone. The only one that I've met was Gabby Papapietro, the one with lymphoma that just finished, is waiting to see if she's cancer free.
Oh,
She lives around the corner from me.
oh
Just
my
met
gosh.
her in July because my friend his dad passed away from lung cancer. So he hosts a baseball fundraiser every year for lung cancer. He asked me to speak. He asked me to bring one of my warriors. We wound up like presenting $1,000 to her. We gave her a gift basket, told her story. It was awesome. So I got to meet her that way. But
Oh,
hopefully I
that
get to meet everyone else. Would love to.
absolutely. That is amazing. Yes, when I meet them, it adds like another level to it. There's obviously a lot that I can't meet because they're out of state or, but there's just something about that when you meet them and their personalities. And then we have what I
Mhm.
explained to you was our Victor Trip reveal. And something magical happens in that day because they exchange numbers. And like I know how much I can relate
Love
to
that.
that because I love seeing that. And then the friendships that are gained, through what you're doing, it really is a blessing to see
Mhm.
everybody. And they'll even though it's different cancers, it's the same journey. It's
Mhm.
Mhm.
really the same journey. It's different, but it's the same, and they all have something in common.
Mhm.
So, I mean, what was
Mhm.
your feeling when you had went there to?
It was kind of like stepping out of the outside world,
Mm,
and it's just kind of you don't have to explain anything. Like
right.
nobody's wondering like why are you wearing, a bandana or
Right. Or why are
what
they staring at you?
yeah, or like any other like weird things. Like there's just nothing that you have to explain.
Right.
I have 5 friends of mine, so 6 of us girls that I've all have been referred to Stephanie and her I Kick charity. We surf together and we have a pretty tight group. And when we go on like a little girls trip or something together, it's like, somebody's got this pill box and somebody's got this, other need and this,
Yep.
all these things and you just kind of roll with it.
You do.
Somebody's putting on some kind of weird thing what they sleep with,
Yep.
it's just like how it goes, and you don't have to explain anything.
Right. Right. You
It's
don't have to
easy.
explain it all. It is what it is and it's accepted. And, scars or, whatever.
Scars, marks, tattoos,
Yep.
everybody's
Scars,
got
marks,
them.
tattoo. That's true. That is so true. So true. But you know what? Let's go back. Let's rewind just a few minutes because I forgot to ask. I would like to know more about you, more about, tell me about yourself. I know kind of how the charity started, but I'd like to know more about you and what you do. You have siblings, you have family, do you have all that good stuff?
So I was born in the Bronx, lived there for 2 years, raised in Staten Island, New York. I have a sister, Maria, beautiful niece, another niece on the way,
Oh,
an awesome brother-in-law, Felix. I have 2 parents, Matt and Maria. They live in Jersey now. They just moved a year ago. I have a dog named Daisy.
oh,
She's a pit bull, but she's the sweetest pit bull you'll
oh,
ever
I
meet.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live by myself, but I'm moving in with a friend soon.
Okay.
And I work for a technology company from home. So I work from home every single day.
Mm.
I don't go into an office. I don't travel for work. I wake up, I roll out of bed, and I'm on my laptop.
Oh, nice.
Pre-COVID, post-COVID,
Okay.
can't complain.
Yeah.
I play softball. I'm an athlete. I played my whole life, played in college, still play on a co-ed team.
Where'd you go to college?
Post University in Connecticut.
Nice.
That's 4 hours away. Best 4 years of my life.
So what
Um,
position do you play?
I was a catcher.
Oh, hard position.
Yeah, I'm lefty too. So.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. That's so cool. So cool.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 28. I'm going to be 29 in October.
October what?
24th.
Same as me.
What?
We have the same birthday.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
Is just
Are you
kidding?
kidding?
No, I'm serious.
That's insane. God,
That was so not
Scorpio.
planned.
And I
Scorpio.
waited, but I played softball my whole life also.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
God works in crazy ways.
That is nuts. I can't even
Wow,
believe
I'm
that.
Mind blown.
Mind blown. And Ryan was October birthday too. It's October 13th. But him and I like could finish each other's sentences. I'm not even joking. Like
When are you?
mine's February. So
Okay.
yeah, and my other son, my baby, he's not a baby, he's 22, but I'm February 5th and he's February 6th. So he always tells me that I was your birthday present. I was like, yeah, you were. So, but him and I love him to pieces. He's awesome. But him and I could butt heads. And I don't know why that is if we're just so similar, but Ryan and I, we could finish each other's sentences. So it was super funny. I think that's awesome because that totally
That
wasn't
just blew
planned.
my mind.
What?
This just made it so much better.
Yes.
know.
That is awesome. Okay,
Cool.
but she's still a little younger than us. But
Little
bit. Anyway, okay. Sorry, you were talking about your family. Okay, so you're moving out and you're gonna move in with a friend.
Yes.
Okay. In New
on
York?
Staten Island. Yeah, on Staten Island.
Oh, okay.
Probably won't leave here.
Okay.
Maybe go to Jersey one day, but that's really it. All I do is I hang out with my friends a lot. You know,
Okay.
we just hang out,
Gotcha.
party here and there.
Good.
Try to have fun.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Are you dating?
No, but if we talk about my dating life, we'll have to have like a 6-hour podcast. So
Oh, okay. That
I
is
would like to. I mean, it's just I don't know if you ever watched, Jersey Shore or any of those shows. It's exactly like that. So it's not easy dating in New York.
It's not. No, I agree. I don't know. I can't even put myself in that position anymore. I
Yeah.
can't even think about that. That is just it's too much. But
Yeah,
where
it's
do
not fun.
where do you see yourself in 5 years? I want to hear. Where do you see yourself?
My dream? You
Yeah.
know my dream?
I want
I
want your dream.
Dream? Okay. I obviously want to be married, kids, live in a big house, probably in Jersey. But I want this charity to be so big that this is my only focus.
Oh, I love it.
That's it. I want this charity to be so big that I'm not just changing one warrior of the week's life. I'm changing 10 to 15
Right.
a week and impacting their lives. I feel like I'm here to help others. That's why I'm on this earth. Everyone's purpose. That's my purpose.
That's
I'm
your
here
purpose.
to change lives. And this was my way of doing it. And that's my goal in 5 years is just, Kick Cancer charity is
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
love
just
that.
helping everyone.
I love that. It takes a village, to do, to make it, big. And that's one reason why we wanted to get you on this podcast to try to, and also 17 Strong too, to create awareness for that as well. But I feel like we are in this age gap that just people don't talk about. They always think that cancer either will affect little kids or older people. And it's so affecting. And because every week, you have a whole 2 months already lined up because of these warriors. And that's what's so crazy. And it's almost becoming more prevalent in that age group. I don't know what to say or if that's really the case, but I just hear about it. And because every day I talk about cancer because that's what I do, but it is creating awareness and just there's just a lot of people in that age group of 18 to 40. That's what we do, is 18 to 40. And I feel like that age group is crucial because they're in college. Think about what you were doing at 18, 19, 20, 22, 25, and then you are hit with this devastating disease that you have to literally put your life on hold and fight for your life, whether it be a starting of your career, being a new mom, whatever that looks like. It's devastating. And yeah, it is. And tell us, Brooke, when you were going through it, did you work? What were you going through?
So luckily I had a job that I could take a leave of absence, but I had to go out on disability, which is you get I can't remember if it's 40% of your normal income. And so that took a lot of planning around.
Yeah.
I had family and friends that helped me with a GoFundMe, which because when the cancer treatments stop, you still have, every copay and every, cost of taking time off of work and follow-up appointments and whatever. But so I was able to be home, and I got lucky with having an HMO, which a few months before I had said oh, I never get sick. I don't need I don't need a PPO.
PPO, right.
And so luckily I had referred out to excellent doctors who locally sat on a monthly tumor board together. So everybody was on the same page. And so that really helped me. And then I was feeling pretty supported by my employer by asking me do you want to work during chemo? Do you want to stay off? And so I stayed off. But coming back to work helped me. I didn't know if I was ready. I still was kind of brain fog and whatever, and insecure and all these things. But I think it did help me come back, because then I could do kind of what Stephanie's talking about, is I was able to pour myself back into my work. I work with people that are 18 to 24 in transitional housing. They're coming out of group homes and foster homes and situations as minors. And so they're coming into a whole nother life and something that they've never had to navigate before. And so I feel like it's almost it's totally different, but in a way to bond, because it's I've been there before, having to navigate something that I never thought of before.
Right. Absolutely. That's so true. And I feel like you said it too, financially, you're digging yourself into this hole, and it's not going to go away because you still need to have, scans and testings, all the time. So,
well, and everybody's different. I remember in the very beginning, I had Danelle.
That's right.
And Danelle had told me some best advice is, she's go get your teeth checked before you start chemo. And I'm like, my teeth? Why my teeth? And she's like, because you're going to have the effects of everything, and you need to just make sure your teeth are good.
Yep.
So, and your mouth and all these, I never would have thought about it.
Right.
And then she, worked for a dentist, and they said, you need to get Invisalign. So hence the lisp I still have, but they had said that my teeth had crowded. And so she was 100% right. I needed some dental stuff done to, prevent things when I'm even 20 years down the road.
Yeah. It is true. It is true. And even going through a bone marrow transplant, if some of the lymphoma, some of the leukemia patients have to go through, that's one of the checks that they do, is they have to make sure that you don't have any existing decay or whatever it might be, because I was in the dental field for 25 years with Danelle, most of it.
Mhm.
And so, there are things you just don't even think about. Honestly, it's just crazy, the stuff that comes up, and just life after cancer. And I just want to encourage you, Stephanie, is that keep in touch with these people, because life after cancer is hard. It is a hard journey, because they still have that, what if it comes back, in the pit of their stomachs. And
I can imagine.
yeah. And then, anxiety and your self-esteem and just all this stuff. And a lot of times it'll affect marriages and relationships and different things. And I will always tell my Victory Trip recipients, I would love to have lunch with you. I'd love to have coffee with you. I'm not a counselor, but I'm a good listener. I love you, and I'll love you through whatever that situation looks like. And I just feel like that is the biggest gift that we can give, is love, and just love on these people when they don't feel like they're lovable, So I feel that that's so important to after cancer, journeys. And suicide, that's another huge one too. So I hate to think about it, but I do know that there's a few of ours that we have to watch out for. So, but we love them through it, Also, another thing that I have done with our 17 Strong thing is birthday cards and different emails and text messages. But also I want to encourage too, is to have that extra alternate contact person that maybe you would want to get from your warriors, because if something does happen, it's devastating when they're not texting you back, and you have to try to navigate it. And a lot of like HIPAA rules, they don't tell you stuff, and it's devastating. It's when I have to, a text message, and the mom texts me back, says, "Oh, something happened." It's horrible. It's horrible. So just to have maybe an alternate phone number or email or something.
I didn't know unless I went on Facebook. 3 years later, I found out. That broke my heart.
Bro, it's devastating. I know. And then during COVID, I'm sure COVID, it's, cancer doesn't discriminate. So you have tons of these, patients that are diagnosed with cancer and during COVID, but something happened to one of our Victory Trip recipients during COVID, and they wouldn't tell us anything. Nothing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is devastating. Because I just wanted to know, did it happen because of COVID, or did it happen because of something, with her cancer journey? Because she was cancer free at the time when I talked to her. So it's a hard thing. It's, cancer is not easy to navigate in general. And then after, and, but and during the process is always, it's good to have somebody like you, Stephanie, and your organization to create awareness to that. So is there anything else that you'd like to add or with us?
No, let's just do this together and grow together and make happen.
Yes, and change people's lives, right? I just want to make a difference, right, Brooke?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we're all doing. And so Stephanie's charity is on Instagram, and it's I Kick Cancer Charity is what it's called. So please go follow them and reach out if you know somebody that has had cancer. And thank you so much for being with us, Stephanie. I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm going to come if you don't come here. Okay.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Okay. And I will always bring my sidekick over here.
I have to meet Brooke.
I do. I know.
One way or the other, we're going. You might come here and see these West Coast, especially small town.
Yes, she needs a little small town
men over here.
That's right.
And you might not go back to the East Coast, or you might take one back with you.
Right, a little surfer boy. Yeah.
You sold me. Love surfers.
Okay, well, that's good. You just never know. Okay, you guys, we're going to wrap this up. So thank you very much. And remember, attitude is everything.
You've been listening to 17 Strong. Victories don't come by accident. To be part of the show, make a donation, or request more information, go to 17strong.org. That's SEVENTEEN strong.org.